lovely Taurians. How are you guys? This is Debs and this is your reading for February 2026. Taurus, are you feeling emotional, but you are holding it all in? When you talk to a particular person or a group of people, are you fighting to keep your emotions covered, hidden, pushed down? I don't know, Taurus, whether or not this is a welling sense of happiness. It may be, Taurus, you are planning something, but you just can't tell anyone or you can't tell a group of people yet. You're trying to behave normally, but it's very difficult. You can't wipe the smile off your face, okay? It could be something that is upsetting you deep down. But it may be that it's not appropriate to talk to someone. It may also be that you feel there's a situation you want to keep hidden, so you're trying to keep your emotions balanced. In meditation, Taurus, the reason why I'm saying this is I saw someone looking at a dripping tap. No matter how many times they tried to wrench it really tightly closed, the damn tap kept dripping. For some reason, they decided to put a plug in the sink and they went away and they left it. They thought, okay, it's going to be fine, going to be fine, going to be fine. There's an outlet. If the sink overflows, it's going to go down the outlet, right? So it's not going to overflow onto the floor. A week later, they went into the bathroom. There was water all over the floor. The outlet was blocked, so the water had nowhere to go. Taurus, it may well be that you might have tried to find an outlet for this building emotion. You may have delved into work. You could have gone retail shopping. You might have talked quietly to someone that this involves. But Taurus, there's going to be a point where it's all going to come out. It's all going to overflow. It might shock someone. It might make someone feel as if you should have told them before. It might be, guys, you didn't want to upset someone, so you held it all inside. Whatever this is, Taurus, there's going to be a moment in February where it's all going to come gushing out, right? Whether or not it's you saying, oh my gosh, I can't keep it inside anymore. I've got to tell you because I'm so excited, right? I've got to tell you I'm so excited. Or I've been feeling so upset about this, but I felt as if I couldn't tell you, but I've just got to. I'm overwhelmed. I've got to tell you, right? Whatever this is, guys, let's find out. So the deck that I'm using is a divination deck. If you guys want a private reading, you know where to book one down below. If you want to see all the decks that I use, Taurus, they're all listed. And of course, the link is there to join the channel. Yes, Taurus, the outlet didn't work. There's still a lot of building emotion within you, and it's just all going to come out. It's going to come flooding out, Taurus, okay? So, guys, Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Taurians? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. This is February 2026. What do we have for my lovely Taurians, please, Michael? Thank you. I simply can't tell whether or not this is happy tears, sad tears. I don't know what's going to come out, Taurus. But there's definitely going to be an explosion of emotion that you have been trying to push down for whatever reason. Okay, guys? All right. Yes. Yes. I'm actually looking at these cups and I'm hearing overflow pipe. Overflow pipe. It didn't work. It didn't work. Right? I felt really emotional one day, so I delved into something that I thought would make me forget about this, or I can't talk about this yet, I'm so excited, so let's keep myself busy. Didn't work. Went on to the next thing. Didn't work. Went on to the next thing. Taurus, I think you've been going around and round and round in circles, trying to keep this under wraps this emotion to yourself, but the outlets that you've used, Taurus, haven't worked. It's almost as if it's about to erupt from inside you. Oh, I've just got to tell someone, right? Crossing that, guys, is, yeah, absolutely, my goodness. You have been holding back from telling someone how you really feel, explaining a situation you've had to deal with that you felt you couldn't tell someone. You might have organized something very exciting behind the scenes, but, you know, you might not have been able to say anything. But it's all going to come out, Taurus. It's all going to come out, okay? You can't hold back the lion anymore. You can't do it. In the past, Taurus, you were standing at crossroads. So in the past, Taurus, you had to make a decision. You knew you had to make a decision. After that time, you told someone you cared about them. But it was almost whilst you were, I'm hearing, heading out the door. I do care about you, see you later type of thing. Interesting, okay. In your thoughts, my lovely Taurians, okay, the Seven of Pentacles. If you look at this person's face, Taurus, they're almost looking at weeds that have grown so high it's just going to be impossible to get rid of them. It's almost as if this person is overwhelmed. I don't think there's any way I can actually do this. The weeds are growing too high. I should have sorted this out before. I should have said something before. I should have tackled this situation much, much earlier. I didn't. Now you may feel, Taurus, it's too late, or now you may feel it's going to take a miracle for this situation to be managed successfully. So this may not be something, Taurus, that, I've got to be honest, you're super excited about. It may be something that someone did or said in the past, or you did or said in the past. You left it. You felt emotional. It has now grown a little bit out of control. And you're thinking, I don't now know how to manage this. It's too much. It's too overwhelming because I left it, right? I left it. I didn't do anything with it. Okay. In the immediate future, Taurus, the Four of Pentacles. Taurus, 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 my beautiful Taurians. Guys, if you do not speak your truth soon, or if you do not let go of clinging onto something, there's going to be an explosion. There's going to be an emotional explosion. Because this is you holding back, holding back, holding back, and not doing anything about this. Is it because you are overwhelmed? Is it because you feel, well, there's no point in even trying to look at this? I've just got to push down my emotions, keep pushing them down because I feel it's impossible, or I feel this cannot be sorted out. In your fears, Taurus, okay, wow, justice. You're fearing, Taurus, someone is on the periphery of your life, or this is even your partner, who is at some point going to want justice for something that was done in the past. In the environment, Taurus, is someone who may be saying to you, look, Taurus, the only thing we can do is to erase the weeds. It's going to take hard work and effort. We have to get rid of all the weeds. We have to try and cut away from the past and start all over again. We've got to start all over again. There is no other way We can't manage these weeds. We can't work around the weeds. We can't plant anything new whilst the weeds are growing 6 feet high. There is just no way. We have to get rid of all of these weeds, right? We have to erase the past and start all over again. Now, Taurus, you may have known that, but you may have thought it's too much. There is no way that I or we are going to be able to do that. You could be working in partnership with someone. This is someone who's saying, basically, Taurus, we have to cut our losses, or you have to cut your losses, and we have to start all over again. But Taurus, if that's the case, you aren't doing anything about it still. You're still not doing anything about this. What you're saying to this person is, look, okay, yeah, but there are some things that I want to hang on to. There's a lot that I still want to hang on to. I don't think I'm ready to just erase everything yet, right? And they're getting angry. Taurus, it's the only way. It's the only way. If we are to be able to save something from the situation, we have to start all over again. You're reticent, Taurus, to do that. But you may be knowing that deep down, it is the only way. You just didn't want to face it. You didn't want to face it. This could be you, Taurus, knowing that you need to sign some kind of legal document, and you really hoped it wouldn't come to that. This could be you fearing, Taurus, that unless you release your grip on something, well, I want to try and salvage something. Surely we can salvage something. This person saying, no, we can't. We can't. This monster has grown too big, right? We've just got to get rid of it. You're worried, Taurus, that unless you agree, someone here is going to march towards you and say, okay, Taurus, justice. I want justice. And it's going to get unpleasant. It's going to get really unpleasant, is what I'm getting here. So, Taurus, you either agree with whoever this is, and you have to release something. You have to let go of something that you wanted to salvage and start all over again. Or you, Taurus, may be afraid that you're going to have to face some kind of judgment day in the future. Now, guys, I don't know what this is. I have no idea what this is. Taurus, this may not have anything to do with something you did that was wrong. This could simply be a situation that you didn't manage. It could be relating to other people. Oh, no, well, they'll sort themselves out. Oh, no, it'll be fine. Yeah, no, they'll forget about this. They haven't, or this person hasn't. And it's been festering and festering and festering. And Taurus, you've been feeling quietly emotional about this, but you've kept pushing down your emotion. I don't want to think about it. Don't want to think about it. Everything's fine. I'm going to bury my head in work. I'm going to go out shopping on a Saturday, but it is there in the back of your mind. And now it's grown into something so huge. It's staring you right in the face. It's the pink elephant that went from a tiny toy elephant into a massive 8-foot real elephant. You can't move. You feel suffocated. It is right there in front of you, you know? Oh, guys. Okay, so let's carry on. Ooh, all right. I think, Taurus, what you're hoping is that someone is going to take action for you. Someone is going to do the work for you. You may want to put this in somebody else's hands because you can't face doing this yourself. And the outcome. All right, Taurus. You're determined to work on this, to salvage something from this. But it's as if you're sat at this desk thinking, I don't actually know where to begin. Where do I begin? This is you, for instance, Taurus. You know, this is all symbolism, guys. Leaving a garden to go away for a few months, right? And you're back and you're thinking, oh my God, oh my God, oh my gosh. These weeds are 6 feet high. Where the hell are my lovely plants? Where are my beautiful little plants? Oh my gosh, I don't even know where they are because all these weeds have covered over them. They're smothering these little plants. You're determined to try and weed the garden carefully so that you can find and protect your plants, your little plants. But what you're realizing is it's going to take months. You know, you can't just rip out weeds because you might rip out your plants that are buried underneath as well. This is you sitting in a little wooden hut in your garden thinking, I don't even know where to start. I'm going to have to do this carefully. I'm going to have to take out one weed at a time. I'm going to have to dig out the root, right? It's going to take me months, but you are determined to do this. Whoever is in your environment is saying, Taurus, it's way too hard. We can't do this. There is no way. There is no way. You are desperately wanting to salvage something from this. What they're saying is it's going to be an impossible feat. It's going to be an impossible feat, and it may take you so long to get rid of the weeds, to get rid of the roots, that the little plants aren't going to survive anyway. They're not going to survive. Maybe the light has been cut out. Maybe they've had no light or water. And so what your person's saying is your view of we should try and salvage something from this is just not going to work. The only way we can do this is level the ground, right? Level the ground completely and start all over again with new plants, new shoots, right? That's the only way. You're refusing to accept that. So Taurus, oh my goodness, guys. Clarification for you, Queen of Wands. Knight of Wands. Okay. Taurus, you may be in a very emotional situation that involves a fire sign queen. It might be this fire sign queen caused a lot of problems in your life. And basically what you are talking to somebody about is if this person wasn't in the equation, we could have sorted this out. But this person is sort of a thorn in our side. Now, I don't know, Taurus, whether or not you were dealing with someone who had a third party. And you may be saying to this person, look, I want to meet this Queen of Wands. I want to talk to this Queen of Wands because she's ruined our marriage, right? She's brought destruction to our marriage. I want to give her a piece of my mind. I want to meet this woman. And your partner, who might have been having an affair with the Queen of Wands, is panicking. Oh my God, no, Taurus, no, I am not going to allow you to meet this woman. No, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, we're not talking anymore. We had a massive row. I've broken it off. No. And this person is saying to you, look, I want to forget the past, Taurus. Please, can't we just forget the past? Please, can we just erase the past? They may be saying to you, Taurus, they want a complete life change. Or they may be saying to you, Taurus, obviously you can't get over this. I don't blame you. I'm really sorry. So I think we should divorce. You may be torn, guys. You may be really torn. Angry that this Queen of Wands disrupted your life, caused a tower moment, right? Created these weeds that smothered these little plants. I mean, whatever this is, Taurus, it's all symbolism. I feel, Taurus, you have been off and on about this at crossroads. If it wasn't for this Queen of Wands, everything would be fine. You are obsessively thinking about this Queen of Wands. If this Queen of Wands did not make this impulsive move, or if my partner didn't meet this Queen of Wands and had a fling, none of this would have happened. You are basically blaming the Queen of Wands, Taurus. And whoever else is involved, this is someone else, whoever else is involved is saying to you, we have to just forget this, level the ground, start all over again, But Taurus, you're really confused. So guys, I hope I haven't confused you. This could be a partner who is saying to you, look, Taurus, I know you're angry. I know you're really angry. I know you want to hang on to the house. I know you don't want to get divorced, but I think this relationship is over. I think we should start again separately. You are saying to this person, I think we can salvage something from this relationship. You may be thinking, I don't want to lose my house. There is no way. I'm getting divorced. I'm going to end up on the breadline. You may be panicking. But what you may be realizing is this situation has gone on for so long, it's grown into something unmanageable. And it is something relating to issues that this Queen of Wands created in a situation. Let's see whoever this is. I think this is your partner. Okay. Wow. Ace of Pentacles. Six of Swords. Taurus, either this is someone who's saying to you, we have to look at this sensibly. I don't think you're ever going to forgive me, right? It keeps coming up. I know you're pushing down your emotions. I know, 1 minute you're cold towards me, the next minute you're loving towards me. I can't deal with this. If this is something you cannot handle, this could be you, Taurus, desperately wanting to keep hold of a marriage because you want it to work, but you can't help yourself. You're furious that your person had a fling. You're furious with this Queen of Wands who got involved. Your partner may be saying to you, Taurus, let's face it, we have to separate. We have to separate because I want to live a peaceful life. If you cannot forgive me, and it's going to result in every couple of months an outburst from you, I think we have to end this. I don't think this person is connected to the Queen of Wands anymore. I think she's headed off in another direction. She's basically caused chaos and left you to pick up the pieces. The only other thing this person may be saying to you is, if the Queen of Wands is in the vicinity still, then this person may be saying to you, the other option is for us to sell the house and move. So we are far away from the Queen of Wands. But you don't want to do that, Taurus, because this is you hanging on to your house. I love my house. I'm not selling my house. I'm not moving. So what this person is saying is, Taurus, we have to make a decision here. We have to make a decision. We either separate and go our separate ways because this cannot be mended. And I know you want to hang on to the marriage. I know you want to hang on to it, but I know that you are not happy here. I know that you're not happy with me, maybe. The other option is for us to move far away, clean slate, right? Completely different life, far away from the Queen of Wands and begin all over again. Wipe the slate clean. But Taurus, you don't want to let go of your house. So guys, this is a difficult decision. This person is saying it has to be one or the other, Taurus. We call it quits, go our separate ways. I start a brand new life on my own, right? We go through divorce. I'll give you a lump sum of money. We can end this peacefully. I'll move out, right? We'll start divorce proceedings. Or Taurus, we try for a brand new start, but we have to get out of the area. We have to get out of the area. We need to be far away from the Queen of Wands. Could be a clingy ex-lover of this guy who simply won't let him go, who keeps messaging him. And every time his phone goes off, you're giving him cold looks as if to say, oh my God, it's that woman again, It may not be, but it's as if you're obsessed with it. Taurus, this may even be a toxic family member who constantly does risky things, causing you problems, causing you financial loss, causing you headaches. And even though they're part of the family and you may feel you want to hang on to this person, your partner's saying, Taurus, we need to get away from the Queen of Wands. She's a risk. She's caused us heartbreak. She's caused us headaches. We need to let her get on with her own life. I'm afraid we need to just sever the tie. But you can't bear to do that. You know, Taurus, this could be a wayward sister who is always landing herself in trouble. This could be an older child, Taurus, who is permanently getting themselves into trouble, running back to you. Sorry, I overspent on my credit card. I can't afford to pay my rent. The bailiffs are going to come round. And you're thinking, oh my gosh. I mean, this is someone who needs to take control of her life, but she may be sitting in a very immature energy, Taurus. I mean, this is someone very fiery. She takes action. She's very impulsive, but she doesn't think about the consequences. And Taurus, you may be sat there in a lovely, quiet partnership with your husband, and your husband saying, oh my God, Taurus, I cannot deal with this woman in my life anymore. I am sorry. Unless you disconnect from this woman, this marriage is going under. Or we need to move as far away as possible from the Queen of Wands. And I'm sorry for those of you who think you might be the Queen of Wands. I'm sure you're not. But whoever the Queen of Wands is sat in the Knight of Wands, and this is someone very impulsive. She takes risks. She doesn't think about what she's doing. And Taurus, this is basically the core issue. This woman is the core issue. And this is what you and your person, your partner, I feel, are talking about. So guys, underneath the deck, yeah, we have you. We have you, Taurus. Beautiful. Look at your energy. You're warm, you're loving, you're giving, you're nurturing. I mean, Taurus, you may have tried to keep a family together, or you may have tried to keep your marriage together despite the Queen of Wands. Hasn't been easy. It may well be that the Queen of Wands gave you a fish in a cup apology. Yeah, sorry about that, Taurus. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. And you're thinking, well, it's okay for you to say sorry, but you brought the tower down. I mean, you know, it could be something like that. If, Taurus, this Page of Cups relates to your partner's apologized to you and said, you know, Taurus, I am so sorry I got wrapped up with a Queen of Wands. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And you're thinking, well, it's okay. He's keeps apologizing, saying he's cut off the Queen of Wands, but it shouldn't have happened to begin with. I mean, I don't know, Taurus, maybe you thought in the past something was going on, but you turned a blind eye. What you're realizing now is this has grown and festered, because even though your partner's not communicating with the Queen of Wands anymore, she may be getting obsessive about him, sending him lots and lots of messages, and you can't face it, right? You may tell your person, for God's sake, just block her. Oh, I don't know. Taurus, you're thinking about what to do. Four of Swords, what do I do? So Taurus, this is why I had the vision. Drip, 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 like Chinese torture, right? I think, Taurus, you are getting to a point here where your person is going to say, all right, what do you want to do? They are saying to you, we have two options, Taurus. If you are still angry, hurt and upset about this and you cannot get over it, we can't live like this, right? With you angry one minute, in tears the next, I can't live like this. I know it was my fault, but I can't live like this. Maybe we should separate. And you're saying, no, I'm sure we can salvage the marriage. I'm sure we can. But you're acting as if you can't because you're too emotional. It's obviously, you know, something that you cannot forgive. And he knows that. It may be, Taurus, that what he's saying is, look, to put your mind at rest, why don't we move way away from the Queen of Wands? You may know where she's living, Taurus, you know. He's suggesting to put your mind at rest. You know, why don't we move to a completely different area, right? Way away, hours and hours away from the Queen of Wands, to put your mind at rest and start all over again. But Taurus, this is you wanting to hang on to your house. And so you're refusing again. And he just doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what to do. So guys, let's get into this, see how this pans out. Archangel Michael, tell us about the Seven of Cups and the Strength card. You have been holding back the Lion, Taurus. Looking at options, delving into options to forget about this. I'll dip into that hobby. I'll work overtime. I'll go retail shopping. Nothing's worked, Taurus. It is still in the forefront of your mind. And you can only hold back the Lion for so long, right? gosh, and the cards are all over the place. Yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh. Taurus. Okay. So guys, we have the Nine of Swords. Sleepless nights, feeling very defensive, not wanting to go through divorce, but also knowing that you're only giving a little bit to your relationship because you're so angry about what happened. It's as if your person has put you in an impossible situation and you're angry with him, you're angry with the Queen of Wands, you know, you don't know how to handle this. You don't know how to handle this, Taurus. If this Queen of Wands is a family member, she may be beside herself with grief, deep down, upset, that she feels she may have caused the disintegration of your marriage, but the damage is already done. Whatever she did, it's already done. She doesn't know what to do. She may be very defensive with you at this point, Taurus, simply out of guilt, okay? I mean, whatever situation you're in, guys. What else are you thinking about here? Yeah, okay, Taurus, this is your energy. You're thinking about your marriage, wanting to hang on to your marriage. Or you're thinking, Taurus, about rules and regulations, right? Following a very traditional path. The World. What you're recognizing is you're going to have to work with your partner and accept that you're going to have to think outside the box, do something rather impulsive to sort this out. You cannot simply go down a traditional route. That way of handling the situation, Taurus, that crossing the T's, dotting the I's, has ended. There are no other options. You can't actually sign a piece of paper or put your signature to something and say, okay, all done. Yeah, great. Wrapped up, little boat. I can put it in the past. It's not that type of situation. You have to think outside the box. And there may be a sense here, Taurus, that your partner's saying, look, you're going to have to give something. You know, you're going to have to work with me on this. And you don't want to, Taurus. It may be out of anger. Why the hell should I? It's all this flipping Queen of Wands' fault. Why should I have to suffer? Why should I be the one to have to cope with massive change because of her? I mean, you're angry, Taurus. You're angry. No, I'm sure we can work on the marriage. I'm sorry I was angry yesterday. I'll be better tomorrow, right? And then if your partner says, look, I really think we should let this go. I'm sorry, Taurus. Look, I'm going to give you a really healthy settlement. You are saying, no, I am not selling the house. I am not selling the house. I'm hanging on to my house. Right? There is something here about you really, really, really worried about financial loss. Whether it's getting divorced, moving and selling a property, you are terrified, guys. And it's a normal fear. It is a normal fear. It may be unfounded though, Taurus, but it's something you're worried about. In the past, you had to make a decision. You found out that your partner was cheating, or you found out this Queen of Wands did something really impulsive that caused a lot of problems. I don't know why we have the Knight of Cups after that time, Taurus. It might be your partner said, oh, I'm sorry, I've left the Queen of Wands now. I do love you. I can't believe I cheated on you. It's a one-off. She was a nightmare, right? We had a massive row and it's over, but you're still smarting. It may well be the Queen of Wands who said, oh, yeah, sorry, Mom, Dad, sorry, I did that. I do care about you, sorry. But she didn't want to take responsibility. She might have been very defensive and said, okay, sorry, but I don't want to talk about it. Sorry, yeah, sorry, don't want to talk about it. And you might have felt angry about that, screwed up about that. And it was because of the weight of guilt, realizing the disaster that she created, you know. Let's have a look at the Two of Wands. Taurus, I think this is all about you hanging on to your stability somehow. Yes. Wow. Four Wands. Hanging on to your house, hanging on to the marriage. You didn't know what to do. Standing at crossroads. High Priestess. High Priestess. I think you pulled back from your partner, Taurus. You just didn't know what to do. You might have withdrawn into a period of silence. You may have asked him to leave the house for a period of time. You may have gone away on holiday with your partner, well away from the Queen of Wands, if she was a family member. I don't know. You were trying to use your intuition, how to sort this out. How to sort this out. How can we heal this? Right? How can we heal this? But Taurus, after that time, I don't think you did anything. I think you either just accepted an apology from your partner and you tried to forget about this, or you received an apology from the Queen of Wands if this is some kind of family situation, and you thought, okay, just don't want to talk to her about this anymore, and she didn't want to talk about it anymore because she felt guilty, and the whole thing was left. Could be. Temperance. All right. I think the angels were trying to calm you down in the situation. But Taurus, even though you tried to heal, that tap kept dripping, right? That tap kept dripping. It was building and building and building inside you. Yeah. And with the energy of the Nine of Wands, it's as if I can't hold this in anymore. You realized that you couldn't get over this, or you realized that this was such a massive issue. It would take careful handling, careful management, a lot of changes, and because you couldn't cope with that, you simply tried to block this from your mind. Wow. And then we have the Tower moment. Everything began to crumble. You may have begun to lose it with your partner regularly. He might have given you the space you needed, but this was a challenge for you. I mean, if your partner cheated, I mean, this is you thinking, God, I want to mend the marriage. I don't want to get divorced. So you might have been overly affectionate with him, but with gritted teeth, right? I really don't want to be anywhere near him, but I have to save the marriage. So you might have been overly affectionate, overly loving when you really didn't want to be, Taurus. It might be, Taurus, that if this Queen of Wands is a family member, she might have kept apologizing to you, but you may have one day been very short with her, you know, the next day say to her, look, I understand your family, it's okay, we'll get over it. But underneath, you wanted to sit her down and give her a piece of your mind, but you thought, no, it's going to make it worse. It's going to make it worse. So you may have just buttoned it, right? Bit your lip and thought, can't say anything. But whoever your partner is saying, Taurus, we have to make a decision here. Because ultimately what this is about, Taurus, is you've left this for too long. The emotions are going to overflow, Taurus, because in the immediate past, we had a Tower moment here. I mean, this is you opening the door and seeing a flood of water, right? I mean, this is you opening the door and there's a flood of water coming out the door. There was a lightning strike, and what you realized was this is actually quite serious now, right? You are looking at trying to salvage something from the situation, right? Can we somehow work with the Queen of Wands but keep her at a distance, right? Or can we try and work on the marriage a little bit more? Don't want to get divorced. Your partner's saying, Taurus, we're going to have to do one or the other. I think the main thing, Taurus, is whether or not your partner wants to move to another location away from the Queen of Wands as a family member. We just need to leave her to it, right? If she's causing us issues, let's get far away from her. Or whether or not this is an obsessed ex, you know, and you're angry and upset and your partner's saying, well, for God's sake, we should just separate then. The main issue, Taurus, is you want to keep your house. You're hanging on to the house here. You're hanging on to your money. There's something about you hanging on to where you are. I don't want anything to change, right? But your partner's saying, Taurus, we have to choose one or the other. We can't sit in this claustrophobic, stressful, toxic situation anymore. We have to do something. And you're saying, I don't want to. So let's have a look at the Seven of Pentacles. Looking at past mistakes, you shouldn't have left it this long. Or realizing this is now grown into something that is pretty major to try and manage. Yeah. Oh, my lovely Taurians. Guys, I want to give you a hug. I mean, this is you thinking, you know what? I'm damned if I do. I'm damned if I don't. If I say, okay, let's move away from where the Queen of Wands is, I'm going to have to sell the house. We're going to have to sell the house, right? If we get divorced, the house is going to have to be sold as part of the divorce settlement. I'm going to lose the house anyway. I mean, Taurus, you're thinking, you know, there's no easy way around this. Whichever way I look at this, I'm going to have to release the house. Or we're going to have to sell the house. I think you're desperately trying to hang on to a house here. Two of Wands, Four of Wands, at crossroads about a property in the past. Yeah. Because Taurus, you're sat in fear. You're sat in fear. But more than that, Taurus, you know that you are at this point of time self-sacrificing. Trying to be pleasant with the Queen of Wands if she's a family member, even though you are furious with her and very, very upset with her. You're pushing down your emotion. Or very, very worried that this Queen of Wands is going to try and seduce your husband again. And you may know she's in the area, but thinking, I'm damned as if I'm going to sell my house and move. Why the hell should I, right? The good news, Taurus, is I think your partner is willing to do whatever you want to do. The issue is you are not wanting to make a decision, either to amicably divorce or to move to another area. You are not wanting to do either. And so they're stuck. They don't know what to do. And all the while, Taurus, the clock is ticking and all these emotions are intensifying within you. You don't know what to do. King of Wands. Could be your partner, Taurus. Could be your partner. You may be thinking, I know my partner wants to take some kind of action here. I know that he wants me to make a decision either way. Okay, we go through amicable divorce, Taurus, because I know you can't get over this. It's all right. Or we move to another area, so we're far away from the Queen of Wands. You can't make a decision. You don't want to make a decision. No, you're blocking it. Every time your partner's saying to you, okay, Taurus, look, I realise you're still angry, or I realise you're still upset. We need to make this decision. You're saying, no, don't want to do it, don't want to do it, don't want to do it. And I don't blame you guys, but it's going to get worse, guys. It's going to get worse. So Archangel Michael, when do we have the Four of Pentacles and the Page of Wands in the immediate future, please, for Taurus? May. May? Really? Okay. Maybe 3 months' time, Taurus. I'm hearing May. 8th of May, 10th of May, 11th of May, 15th of May, 17th of May. I'm hearing a slam door. Okay. There could be a very serious series of conversations in May, specifically. It could be this Queen of Wands communicates with your partner again and you lose it. I thought you blocked her, right? It could be this Queen of Wands, if she's a family member, says to you, I'm really, really sorry. And you're thinking, for God's sake, stop saying sorry. You shouldn't have flipping done this to begin with, you know. But you're trying to push down your emotion because she could be part of the family, Taurus. And you don't want to lose her, but you're furious with her at the same time. Oh, people. So let's have a look at your partner's energy. Let's have a look at your partner's energy. Okay, yeah. Taurus, he is simply saying to you, for victory and success, we have to erase the past. We have to move far away from the Queen of Wands, let her get on with her own life. We're not going to be a few doors down for her to come to because she can't pay her credit bill, or there's debtors at her door, or she's got herself in trouble. We need to be well away from her. Well away. She can sort out her own messes, right? Or, to put your mind at rest, Taurus, I think we should move to a completely different location, several hours away. Because if the Queen of Wands that your guy had a fling with is in the area, he wants to put your mind at rest that that relationship is over. He is saying to you, for victory and success, Taurus, we have to embrace change, Taurus. What's your partner's energy? Okay, he could be a Virgo. He could be a Virgo. I don't know. But this is someone who has done some serious soul searching about how to manage this. He's tried to give you space in order to decide what to do. I feel this is someone who is wanting to work with you. Yes, he is communicating, look, we need to work together on this. But what he's basically saying, Taurus, is we have to move. You know, either way, you are going to have to release your grip on the house. Sorry. If you can't get over this, we need to look at divorce. Okay, and we will need to sell the house, divide the assets. It's under both of our names. Maybe he can't afford to let you have the house, right? If this is a Queen of Wands who's a family member who keeps taking risks and causing you a lot of stress, he's saying we've got to get out of Dodge. I mean, all of these three cards is we need to move. We need to move. We need to get out of here, right? Or, Taurus, if you can't get over what I did, I will agree to a separation and I will be very fair in the settlement. I just want to sit in a place of peace. Whatever this is, he wants to sit in a place of peace. He will do whatever you want to do. But Taurus, you're not making a decision. What else is your partner saying? What else is he saying? Yeah, this is just toxic. This is festering. This is unhealthy. This is toxic. He could be a Capricorn. What's the devil? Judgment. Okay. He's saying to you, look, Taurus, I face Judgment Day for putting you in a very toxic situation. I am so sorry, but I cannot have you exploding on me every couple of months. If you cannot forgive me, and I will understand if you can't, we need to amicably separate. I can't deal with every 2 or 3 months an explosion, right? I can't cope with that. I mean, he probably deserves for you to be angry, Taurus, but what he's saying is it's unhealthy. He may be saying to you that this Queen of Wands is toxic. I'm sorry, guys, but with a devil and judgment, which is Sag energy, she could be a Sag. He may be saying, look, she has caused so many problems. We have to leave the area. We cannot cope with her leaning on us, running to us with her problems anymore. We have to leave the area. Taurus, what is your energy, my beautiful Taurians? You're coming through as the Empress. The Queen of Pentacles. Look at you. But I'm worried about getting divorced because I'm going to have to sell the house, or I'm worried about getting divorced. What happens if I end up on the breadline? Taurus, you're sort of stuck between a rock and a hard place and you don't know what to do. You don't know what to do. You are simply wanting to manifest holding on to what you have. The problem is these emotions keep bubbling up from under the surface and you lose it every now and again. And when you do, your partner always comes back to the same question. Okay, Taurus, should we separate? I understand if you can't cope. maybe we should separate. No, says Taurus, I'm fine. Just need a bit of space. We'll talk tomorrow. And then the next day you're fine. But then 2 days later, you're angry again, right? Off and on, off and on. And emotionally, Taurus, this is really draining for you too. Because you're managing some really stressful energies, you know? Yeah. Wow. Taurus, you're either realizing that this Queen of Wands was deceptive and you didn't know how to handle it because she's part of your family, you've let her get away with it, and you're angry with yourself. Or this is about you finding out your partner cheated on you. And so what are you saying to this partner of yours? I think this is your partner, Taurus. Okay. You're just very cold with your partner. Taurus. The problem is you don't want to do either. You don't want a divorce because you'd have to sell the house and divide the proceeds. You don't want to move because, again, you'd have to sell the house, right? There's something here about you at crossroads about a property, Taurus. Yeah. Every time your partner says, okay, Taurus, what do you want to do? Do you want to divorce me? It's okay. I'll give you a good settlement. We could make this amicable. No, I'm fine, right? I'm fine. But you're not fine. Or this guy may say, you know what? Next week, this member of our family is going to come and bang on the door and say, oh, yeah, sorry, locked the keys in my car, had to get a tow truck, don't have any money to pay the bill, or it could be worse than that, Taurus. This Queen of Wands is the issue. But what you're angry about, Taurus, is you are in a situation where you are going to have to sacrifice your home, your stability, in order to try and start all over again. And you are furious that you have been put in a situation where you feel there's no other option. So you keep pushing your partner back. No, don't want to do it. No, don't want to move. No. Are you going to say anything else, Taurus? It's almost as if you would prefer to carry on feeling burdened than make a decision. Taurus, this is you being a bit stubborn, guys. You're determined. I am not getting divorced. We are not selling the house, or we are not moving. Same thing. All right, what is the energy between you two? You're both thinking about the past. You're both thinking about the past. What did we do so wrong that this Queen of Wands ran off the rails and caused us all these problems, right? What do we do? What do we do wrong? Why is she such a nightmare, right? It could be, Taurus, you two are trying to mend a marriage. You may have been together for a long, long time, many years. And you're trying to get back to that soft, innocent, loving energy again. But Taurus, it's very, very, very difficult for you to do that. Very difficult for you. You may feel hurt, very angry, very upset, because you're so hurt. Angry and upset deep down. It keeps coming to the surface. You explode. And then you calm it down again, but your partner can't deal with it. And yeah, you may think, well, it's his karma. He's going to have to cope with me being moody for the rest of my life. But what he's saying is he will be happy to separate from you. I will give you a decent settlement, Taurus, if you feel you can't forgive me deep down. Okay, I will give you a really good settlement, but you don't want a divorce, Taurus. So anyway, guys, what you're hoping for is maybe to have a very straight conversation with someone, or even for your partner to sit in the King of Swords and have a very honest, straight conversation with the Queen of Wands, right? Tell it like it is. Tell her she's nearly wrecked the marriage. Tell her that we're thinking about selling the home because we can't cope with her anymore. You may be saying to your partner, you take control of this. It may be, Taurus, this is you hoping to seek legal advice if you are considering getting divorced. Even though you're saying you don't want to consider that, you may be quietly going to see a divorce lawyer to figure out how much you could keep. And it may be you want to figure out whether or not you can keep the house, whether you would be awarded the house lock, stock, and it would be put in your name. If that is the case, then you may agree to a divorce. But this is about a property, Taurus. Standing at crossroads about the Four of Wands, right? And dealing somehow with a partner who's cheated on you with the Queen of Wands, or a wayward family member who's caused you a lot of problems. So, the outcome, Taurus, what you're saying to your partner is, we'll just keep going, we'll keep going, we'll keep working on this. But your partner's looking at you with sort of dull eyes, as if, oh, okay, we should try and make a decision here, Taurus. But you're resolute. You want to keep working on this. All right. So, what do we have to end the reading? What is the Eight of Pentacles? Yeah, Taurus. I mean, this is about your stability. This is about your home. This is about the Ten of Pentacles. You are absolutely hanging on to the property. You are not wanting to move to get away from the Queen of Wands. You're not wanting to go through divorce. You are determined to hang on to this. And you're determined to hang on to your partner. He could be a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, guys. He could be a fellow Earth sign. We've got both Capricorn and Virgo here, so he could be an Earth sign. What is he saying to you? What is he saying to you? All right, Taurus, he's basically saying he either wants to leave the marriage, and you may not have any choice but to sign divorce papers, or he is saying to you, I am making the decision in this relationship. I'm not going to agree to you working on the situation with the Queen of Wands. No, we are leaving. We are moving far away. He might be threatening to take the situation out of your hands, Taurus. What else is he saying? Yeah, because he knows the truth. The truth is, Taurus, you don't want to let him go because you're in a lovely, stable place, even though you two are arguing. He feels as if, realistically, you're trying to hang on to the marriage for the sake of your stability. And I don't blame you, Taurus. He may be saying to you, the truth is we can't deal with the Queen of Wands. We have to get far away from the Queen of Wands as humanly possible. We are moving, Taurus. He's basically saying to you, you don't have a choice in the matter. We are selling the house. So he may be overriding your wishes, Taurus. He may be overriding your wishes. What are you going to say? You're realizing, Taurus, he is deadly serious. You are saying to him, okay, well, I think it would solve the issue if we moved into legal separation, if we moved away from the Queen of Wands, but you are torn in two different directions. These horses are going in two different directions. What you're saying to him is, okay, calm down. All right, you want us to separate, or you are saying we are moving, but I'm still torn, and I don't want to do anything impulsive. Let's just think about this carefully. But Taurus, are you again, in the nicest sense, guys, playing for time? Right? Are you again playing for time? What is your partner saying? We have to do this. To successfully cut out the past, we have to move forward and transform the situation. He could have Scorpio in his chart. There may be a Scorpio in the mix. What is he saying? The Ten of Cups. For us to be truly happy without having to fake it in the future, in order for us to heal a family situation, or in order for us to be independently happy, moving on with other people, we have to close out the cycle. Are you going to agree, Taurus? Two of Pentacles. You may say to him, is there any other option? Is there any other option? What is he going to say? No. Difficult message of truth? No. There's no other option. If you can't fully forgive me, and he may feel really, really guilty, Taurus, then I think we should move into amicable separation. I will be very fair in terms of the settlement, but we will have to sell the house, divide the proceeds, or we are going to have to move away, far away from the Queen of Wands, so she can't keep coming to us with her problems. Can't deal with it anymore. It's wrecking our marriage, you know. So Taurus, what are you going to do? Wow, sorry guys, this has been a long reading. Okay, you're not happy. You're not happy. All right, Taurus. All right, Taurus. You're not happy, guys. Let's have a look. Oh. But Taurus, there's going to be a fortunate turn of events now. If this is a family situation, this Queen of Wands may realize that basically she's wrecking your marriage and you are even thinking of moving away from her. She may be so mortified. She may say to you, okay, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I didn't realize you really were upset about, you know, me coming to you with my issues. I will leave. I will leave. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that it was causing you to consider moving. She may be mortified. If you two get a property valued, Taurus, it might be worth quite a lot more than you thought. And in a strange way, it may cause you to feel a little bit more relaxed, because what you may be thinking about is, if I can truly put the past in the past, we are actually sitting on a lot of financial stability. If I can truly forgive my partner, and if I can cope with selling the house, we could actually move to a different area with a lot of money. The house may be worth a lot more than you thought, Taurus. And this is your partner saying, look, Taurus, we could live somewhere beautiful elsewhere with the money. And he may even start talking to you about looking at properties. So guys, I don't actually see you two divorcing. If this is your partner saying, all right, if you can't cope, we'll divorce. I think the whole thing is going to be transformed, and it's somehow either relating to the fact that the fortunate turn of events is the Queen of Wands is going to leave. If this is a family member, she may say, okay, mortified, all right, God, you were going to move away from me several hours because of my issues? Okay, sorry, I will go. She may be really embarrassed. Or you're going to get the house valued and be shocked at how much it's worth and say to your partner, okay, if I can put the past in the past, I will agree to moving in a new direction, finding a new area to live in, a new property, and we can start all over again. Because Taurus, you're realizing that if you agree to divorce, you would be walking away from a heck of a lot of financial stability, and your partner is saying to you, I would be very happy to move far away from the person I had a fling with because I want you to feel more comfortable. What you're recognizing is he is trying to do everything he can to make this up to you. So Taurus, you may turn around to your partner and say, okay, I'm going to calm my emotions. I don't ever want to talk about this again. If you are happy to move far away from the Queen of Wands as an ex-lover, then let's see if that's going to work. I think that's what you're going to do, guys. Oh my goodness, Taurus. That was an epic reading. Sorry for the rest of you that did not resonate with that, but do let me know if it did. Drop me a comment down below. So I'm leaving it there. Take care of you. And of course, I'm sending love and light your way, Taurus, and many blessings, guys. Bye now.